I wanted to create this video to talk about my setup of playing Forza Horizon 3, the PC version, on my TV using the Steam Link, as well as a PlayStation 4 controller. For those of you who subscribe to my channel, this is obviously a little bit of a different video. You guys are used to seeing my BeamNG Drive videos, but I wanted to take an opportunity to talk about my setup for a couple of reasons. One, I couldn't really find any information online about anyone else who set this up, so I wanted to take a moment just to do a little video on my setup in case it helps anyone else out. The other reason too is perhaps maybe there's a better way of doing this. So if anyone sees this video and has a better way of doing it, I'm more than open to hearing your feedback. So I'm just going to go over my setup to let you know what I'm doing here. Okay, so here's the struggle I face. So first of all, for those of you who aren't aware, the Steam Link, it's a device that I actually have just right down here. Hopefully you can see it there. It's a device that allows you to connect to your PC and stream any of the games in your Steam library to your TV. So you can see here we're looking at the Steam Link interface, and I actually have the Steam controller that I purchased as well. Let me grab that here. And as you can see, I can open up my library and I can see a copy of all of the games that I have in Steam. So that's nice and easy. When you have a game in Steam, it connects to your Steam nice and easy for you, and it allows you to play your games on your TV. Now the problem is with Forza Horizon 3 is that game actually doesn't come from Steam. That game comes from the Windows Store, so it's not installed through Steam, it's installed separately. So that's where I run into a little bit of trouble with the Steam Link. Now there is a way, and I can include a link in the description to add Forza Horizon 3 to your Steam library, and that's actually going to let it show up in on your Steam Link in this interface right here. But unfortunately that doesn't really solve our problem, because what happens is when you click on Forza Horizon 3 in Steam, it basically just links to the application. It closes down Steam and it opens up Forza Horizon 3 as if you've opened it up on your computer. Now, one of the things with Steam Link is I noticed, and I'm still pretty new to Steam Link, kind of figuring things out, but I noticed that really this interface that we're seeing on our TV, it's essentially just running on top of our desktop computer. So really what it's doing is it's streaming a copy of our desktop computer, and it's putting this interface up. So there is an option to actually minimize the interface so that we can see our desktop computer. So you can do that by clicking on the power button up here, which will bring up this menu, and we can actually choose the option to minimize big picture. So now what we're seeing is we're actually seeing a live stream of my computer's desktop. So now that we're on the computer's desktop, theoretically we could just use the Steam controller, which also acts like a mouse, by the way. You can move it around using this touchpad here, and we can open up Forza Horizon 3. So it really doesn't matter whether we have Forza Horizon 3 within the Steam library or if we're just opening it from the desktop. So that was huge for me. It meant that I was actually able to open up Forza Horizon 3 and see it on my screen here without it actually being in my Steam library. So that was kind of my first success with that. But now the problem is getting the controller to work. So what happens is with the Steam controller is when you're using it in desktop mode, you saw a second ago, I was just moving around the mouse there. It actually kind of acts like as a mouse, right? I can use the trigger here to click and left click, right click, move it around, things like that. So what happens is when I open up Forza Horizon 3, it's actually using this not as a game controller, it's using it as a mouse. So that's obviously a problem. You can't just play the game with the mouse. So I looked through a lot of the mapping for this and some of the options to see if I could figure out a way to get this to work with Forza Horizon 3. And then one of the things I started thinking about is, well, perhaps maybe if I link up the Ps4 controller with the Steam Link, it would work. But unfortunately, it was the same thing. And then I got thinking, my Ps4 controller actually works wired into my PC. So usually how I play Forza Horizon 3 on my PC is I have the DualShock 4 controller, which I have right here, And I just wired into my PC using the USB connection, and it works fine right out of the box. So then I got thinking, well, perhaps I could somehow control the send the controls directly to the PC. Now obviously my PC is actually, if I turn around, it's actually all the way down there, right? And you can see the desktop is the same here. So it's quite a ways away, so obviously I'm not gonna run a big wire the whole way down. But then I got thinking that perhaps I could connect my PS4 controller to my PC wirelessly. And although my PC doesn't have Bluetooth built in, you can see my PC right there, there is a PS4 wireless controller dongle that you can get, and that's it right here. It's just a little USB stick. What I'm doing is, for range purposes, I've put it in basically just a USB extender here that came with the Steam controller, just so I could get a little bit better range on it. Otherwise it would be a little further away on my PC there. Anyways, so then I thought, well, perhaps because the controller works on the PC, I can use it wirelessly using this dongle. So it was a good idea, but I did run into a couple of problems with this. So the first problem that I ran into was, unfortunately, unlike when I plugged in the PS4 controller via USB, it recognized it as a controller, and I was able to play Forza Horizon 3 no problem. It recognized it as a controller, all that fun stuff. However, with this wireless dongle, Windows 10 recognized it right away. However, it didn't really recognize it as a controller. Now, to get around that, what I needed to do was I needed to download this piece of software called Input Mapper. I'll include a link in the description, and I'll also include a link to the wireless dongle that I bought for my PS4 controller if you're interested. So now that I open up the Input Mapper software, it was very simple to get the PS4 controller set up. All I did was I went under Profiles here, and I created a new profile, which opens up a screen just like this. You can give it a name up here. I just left it as New Profile. And then what you want to do is you just want to make sure this box right here is checked. That's going to emulate an Xbox 360 controller, which is absolutely perfect because, as you know, Forza is developed by Microsoft. Obviously, it has compatibility with Xbox and Xbox 360 controllers. So that's perfect. So we'll set that up to emulate it. I didn't actually need to modify any of these right here. They just worked fine right out of the box for me. And then it's just a matter of just minimizing Input Mapper. And what that's going to do is that's just going to automatically map the input from your controller, emulate it as an Xbox 360 controller, and then pass it off to the game. Alright guys, I'm back at my TV now, and I've reopened Forza Horizon 3 using the Steam link. Like I said before, you can set it up in your library. I'll include the link in the description so that you can launch it right from your library. Or you can just minimize big picture like I showed you before, and using the Steam controller, open it up from your desktop. So either way, we're going to get Forza Horizon 3. Just to show you guys that it is running on my PC, I didn't even put it in full screen mode. You can actually see the icons along the bottom there to show that it is running on Windows 10. And now I have the PS4 DualShock 4 controller connected wirelessly directly to my PC using that dongle. So in theory, everything should work. And you can see if I accelerate, it works. If I brake, it also works. I did hit one little snag though, and I do have it fixed now. Let me just show you one other thing. So the only thing is when I move my left stick left and right, what was happening, it's not happening anymore because I fixed it, but what was happening was it was actually moving the camera just like this, even though I was using my steering stick. So to fix that, I'll show you what I did. It's on the Steam client. Alright, so I'm back on my computer now, and this is just the final setting change that I need to make in order to get the controller to work properly with Forza Horizon 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the top here, and under the Steam menu, I'm going to click on Settings, and we're looking for in-game over here on the left-hand side. And the second checkbox here, by default, it's checked. What you want to do is you want to make sure that's unchecked. It's the use the big picture overlay when using a Steam controller from the desktop. To be honest, I'm not sure exactly what that does, but I found that this was the last piece to get it working, was I just unchecked this, hit OK, and that completely fixed all of my controller issues. Alright, so now that I've made the setting change on the Steam client on my computer, I'm now back at my TV, and your controller should be fully functioning as expected. Again, this is using the PlayStation 4 DualShock controller. Let's give it a try. So you can see accelerator works, and now that issue I was telling you about where when you turn the left stick it actually turns the camera, it's now actually steering the car as it should, and all of the controls should work fine because we are using Input Mapper to emulate an Xbox 360 controller. Okay, so that is how I was able to get Forza Horizon 3 working using my Steam Link so that I could play it using my PlayStation 4 controller on my TV. So to kind of recap what we're doing here, we're using the Steam Link, which is down here, and we've connected into my desktop, which is way over on the other side of my basement here, and we're essentially using the Steam Link to stream whatever's on my desktop to my computer here using the Steam controller, which is down here. I'm launching Forza Horizon 3, whether you're just launching it like normal off the desktop or from your Steam library, which I'll include instructions how to do that. It doesn't matter. The point is we're able to open up Forza Horizon 3. We're able to see it on the TV. That's the easy part. And then the little more tricky part is getting the PlayStation 4 controller. Like I said, I'm not actually connecting the PlayStation 4 controller with the Steam Link. I'm connecting it back to the dongle that you saw on my desk back there to pick up the wireless controller. So the video comes through the Steam Link, while the controller goes back to the dongle sitting on my desk. So it's a bit of a bit of a hack job, I guess you can say, but it does work perfectly fine. As you saw, I was able to play the game using my controller. Of course, you can make the game go full screen as well, which is perfect. One thing you might be asking, and I know I was asking myself, is what does the input lag seem like? Because you would think with the controller going to the PC and then the video coming over the network to the TV, you would think there might be a little bit of input lag. Well, thankfully I haven't actually noticed really any input lag. Perhaps maybe as I played a little bit more, maybe I'll notice some input lag, but as of right now, I played it for about an hour last night. It was perfectly fine, and I noticed no input lag whatsoever. And what I plan on doing as well, you can see my Steam Link down here. It's actually not connected to the network via a wire. It's actually on Wi-Fi. So considering it's on Wi-Fi, that's pretty good. I do plan on wiring that in as well. So hopefully that'll make things a little bit better. But like I said, I'm not really noticing any input lag. Alright guys, so thanks for watching my video. Like I said, for those of you who subscribe to my channel for the BeamNG Drive videos, I'll be doing some more of them for sure. But I just wanted to kind of go over my setup for Forza Horizon 3 using the Steam Link on the TV. Hopefully it helps someone else out there, and the other thing too, if you guys have any suggestions of a better way of doing this, definitely feel free to leave me a comment, or if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment. Alright guys, thanks for watching.